breakfast puppies?
This podcast contains adult language and content and is meant for mature audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
You're listening to the Glitterbois.
Continuing our walk through the Palladium character creation system, or we should say the Rift's character creation system specifically. Now we're moving on to the next step, which is probably going to be the most involved, at least in this case, and that is what we call running the OCC.
Running the OCC involves more than just picking out what your OCC is, and it affects all parts of it. OCCs can change your stats. OCCs give you special skills. OCCs can also limit your skills. So there's a lot of thought that goes into this step.
Yeah, when you have a more involved character like the dog boy, which is why I chose this for this exercise, there's usually a bunch of numbered steps that come at the very beginning. Usually they're like special abilities or OCC abilities or something. What you do is just you go to step 1 and start from there, and then you follow it all the way through to the actual OCC stats. We're moving all the way up to skills for this episode. Once we actually get to the skills section, which is much, much, much further down, that's going to be a new episode. I think running this OCC alone is going to require some stuff.
Yeah.
We're going to go into the optional character tables for the dog boy. That's going to be like breed and mutation. And in my opinion, that's why you play the dog boy, to find out what kind of dog you actually are in the first place.
Let's just start at number 1, give a quick summary and work our way through.
Yeah. So if you are following along with the Rift's Ultimate Edition, turn to page 145, right side of that page. That's where it begins.
Special Dog Boy OCC abilities. Number 1, Sense Psychic and Magic Energy. This is identical to the Psystalker, though not quite as developed.
Gives them the ability to sense active and passive psionics and psionic signatures and so on. Nope, psionic signatures is next, actually. This is just sensing the ability.
For this, I'm going to write this under skills, I guess, because it does have a percentage that goes up by level.
It does.
So
you can ultimately record it however you want, depending upon what character sheet you're using. There may be like a OCC abilities or special abilities section where you would put it, but in this case, you might as well just leave it as a skill. And this is, you're going to be able to get that at 40% and a base of ability. It's pretty cool. Oh, and the range on it appears to be different. There's either a 400-foot range or a 50-foot range, depending upon how you're using it. So dog boys are pretty good for sensitive and hunting down rogue psychics.
Now, when writing these in on your character sheet, you're going to want to remember that some skills have just a base set. Some are skills you can just do, like weapon proficiency skills or, many others. And some go up by level. So when writing it, it's always helpful to write your base score, then plus whatever it is, assuming the character will be leveling up. So in this case, it's 40 plus 5 per level. So I'm going to write 40 plus 5, and then 45 as my current running total.
Your current running total would actually be 40. I verified this. I thought you added it at first level, but you don't. Oh. That begins at the next level. Yep.
Oh, okay. This ability has no ISP cost.
Correct.
Strength point.
Yep. It is just an automatic ability. That essentially does make it a skill.
All right. Recognize Psychic Scent.
Yeah, so this is more of a tracking down individuals, and it's pretty cool. It's like the forensic ability of recognizing, I'm very familiar with, Captain Head Explodey, and he was definitely here, so now we have to go hunt him down. That one is a lot more limited. Oh, wow.
And it has certain variations to it, too. Base skill is 10 plus 4, and then to track down a specific is, what is that?
It looks like 8
plus 2.
Plus 2. Wow. And then, of course, you get some spot bonuses, like if you have a piece of their clothing or some of their hair or whatnot, like a bloodhound kind of thing. Again, no ISP.
Okay, then we have Sense Supernatural Beings.
It's pretty standard common magic ability in Palladium. Dog boys just get to do it naturally. Yep, 62% plus 2 per level. Oh, wow. And then you get a tracking based on that, which is 35% plus 5 per level. There's also a 70% plus 3 per level if it's a supernatural being using powers at that time. And also within the presence of a demon lord alien. This is good. This is good stuff. This is a good example of one of those complicated skills in Palladium that gives you a base percentage and then gives you another one and then another one. And each of them goes up at a different percent per level based upon the complexity of the task that you're doing. We'll dive into skills a little bit later when we get more hands-on with what we pick, but I do know that some of the medical skills and I think some of the technological skills are also this granular with multiple things they can do.
Okay, that's also an ISP automatic, so we'll move to the next one. Other psionic powers. Dog boys automatically get the psychic sensitive powers of Sense Evil, Sense Magic, Sixth Sense, and Empathy, plus the choice of one additional sensitive power.
Yeah.
So I'm going to flip my sheet, write them down on the psionic tables. Do you want to pick out his last one, NPC?
Yeah, I'll do that. Let me take a quick look at the psionic abilities here. Sensitive.
Sorry, I'm writing all these down as we go. So
yeah, I'm going to give him Mind Block.
Good choice.
Yeah.
Okay, there are psionic bonuses. Dog boys are considered master psychics with special psionic sensitivity. This means they roll 10 or higher to save versus psionic. This is one of the few moments where your saves are clearly and concisely explained.
Yeah, saving throws here, they're actually pretty easy to get to, I think, in the Ultimate Edition. They go all the way in the back. But in previous editions, sometimes it has been difficult to track down all of your saving throws. We'll get to saving throws, I think, in our final episode of this series when we finalize all the things, you know, cross the T's, dot the I's, and the lowercase j's and whatnot.
We also get +5 on perception rolls, +2 to save versus psionic attack and all forms of mind control, +2 to save versus illusion.
+2 to save versus possession and curses, which in Palladium is actually 2 different saving throws. There are lots of different saving throws in Palladium. They are not overly categorized either. There are a handful that are pretty static in the game, like spells and poison. Yeah. But eventually those even get broken down to, like, poison becomes lethal toxins and non-lethal toxins and such. Yeah, it's writing down all of your saving throws. If you're a character who has some pretty high stats or some very versatile class abilities, can get a little confusing.
And on this point, in the middle of all this, I'm going to roll for his ISP. That's a 1d6.
1d6 times 10.
Times 10. He has 10.
Right. 10 plus the ME attribute. That's mental endurance.
So he has 25.
Okay. And then another 10 ISP every additional level of experience.
Okay. What else is in that? He also recovers 2 hours per 2 ISP per hour of activity, or 12 per hour for meditation and sleep.
Yeah.
Now, the character sheet I'm using does not have a lot of spare space for notes, so I'm just going to drop this under psionic.
Okay. And one thing that I always do when I'm playing Palladium is I have scratch paper handy. Oh, yeah.
I try and get it all down in one.
Yeah.
I'm stupid like that. Okay, so physical bonuses, regardless of breed. We have a 1d4 physical endurance, which gives us a 4.
Now, a lot of classes in Palladium, especially from the Rift's Ultimate Edition onward, have these additional bonuses built into them. If you go back and look at the original Rift's rulebook, these were few and far between. I know the Dog Boy did get some based on breed, but otherwise it was a lot more minimal than what it is here.
I was rolling up another character too. I saw one in Robotech and I was stoked. Okay, 1d4 for physical strength. Another 4.
And then 2d6 to speed.
1 and 6 for a total of 7.
Okay.
Raises that to 17. He's getting buff.
This guy who was initially somewhat average is getting a lot better.
Let me pull out the dice block for this one. All right. 46 for SDC. 8, 14.
Okay.
An additional 14 SDC.
A good number of combat bonuses here, too. And another saving throw bonus.
There it is.
Yep.
Okay. Let me get additional bonuses. +1 to strike, parry, and dodge. +2 to disarm or pull punch.
And +2 to save versus disease.
Which is one of the ones that's not on here. Save the... Okay.
Then finally, it has some notes about their physical endurance being stronger than humans, or twice that of average humans. This is one of those things that it's like, on your special abilities, you can just write PE greater than human and kind of go with it. It rarely comes up in play.
If you're getting that crunchy in Rifts, expect 2-hour rounds to happen.
Yeah.
15-minute skill checks. Superior sense of smell. I'm just going to write it.
There you go. Yeah. There's nothing really specific here to write down about that. It's just more of a role-playing thing. There are some notes about tracking, though.
Yeah, and there's also common and strong sense, specific odors, tracked by smell alone. I'm not going to get that crunchy here. Unless you want me to. Do you want me to?
Well, I'll tell you one that you should write down is tracked by smell alone. Only reason I bring this one up is because I know from experience that several of the dog breeds reference it and will modify the ability.
Track by smell alone is 40 +4.
Yeah. And initially, you've got a keen sense of hearing. That's another special ability. There's no really bonuses associated with it. Same with good sight and sense of taste and being. Sense of taste and biting. Oh, wait, that's two separate things in one ability. Yeah, so while the previous ones were just, special kind of role-playing abilities, whatnot, this is an actual bite attack that you get. Note that it will depend on your breed. So we'll actually get to that when we roll the breed in a few minutes, which we're very close to doing, actually.
And sensitivity to ley line energy.
Yeah, again, it's a special passive role-playing ability.
Okay, and that brings us through the 11 things that dog boys just do by being dog boys.
So before we move on, let's do the breed. We're going to skip to the next page, 148, where there are some optional character tables. Again, the dog boy, another reason we picked it, it's a good example of an involved character creation process here. Many of the classes are not this involved, but the dog boy, in my opinion, is more fun that way.
All right. Are you ready? Do you want me to do mutation, height, or type first?
Let's start with, tell you what, let's start with height and see what their base height will be.
23. He is 5 feet tall.
Okay. Small fella.
And what kind of dog is this?
What breed
it is a 69. It is a American Water Spaniel. A very good tracker.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Okay, that is +2 to track by smell. So I'll add that to that. Is that 2 percentage points, or is that based off a roll of a D20?
I believe that is 2 percentage points.
Okay.
Yeah.
And +2 on perception. I don't know that I have that.
As a dog boy, you should, if I remember correctly, you have a +4 base or +5. Yeah. You have a +5 base to perception already. So this gives you a +7. Yeah, it was listed with the psionic bonuses.
Okay. Very good swimmer, 70%.
Bonus SDC.
Is this a spaniel or the setter?
Roll a D6. High, it's a setter. Low, it's a spaniel.
4.
That would make it a setter. So that would give you 2d6. There we go.
Oh, nice. 11.
Good-natured and loyal, but they tend to show an independent spirit. I like this. Mm-hmm.
Bringing us to 25, and that's, I believe, the dog boy just has some too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Mutation. Do you want to run the mutation?
Oh, yeah. Always.
Okay. And we've got a 56.
Ooh, tough.
Thick.
Yeah.
Add 30 to STC.
Nice.
Did we mention what we're going to use this guy for?
Not yet. I'm thinking he might be.
This is going to be trouble.
Yeah. And what's funny is that you're right, because what we're looking at coming up soon is probably going to start on the SDC level before getting into DC. Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's all of that. So now we go back to the OCC stuff and get to the stats. We're going to flip back to page 147. We've already got the alignment. We've already met the racial requirements. We already did the attributes. We already did the hit. What? We haven't done the hit points. Have we done the hit points? Base 1d6?
Negative.
Okay.
All right. P attribute number.
Yeah, remember, P is going to go up, so don't write
6.
that in just yet. 6?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Cool. Base hit point 6. That's a good start. SDC goes up another 20 points.
Oh, my God. I am the Irish setter made of iron.
Yeah, he's a small fella, so average.
Small but fierce.
Yeah, average weight probably going to be in around, maybe around 120 to 140, I'm thinking. We've already ruled the height. General physical appearance. Yeah. That just describes what dog boys look like.
Yeah.
Okay.
32 to 45 years. How old is he? He's level 1.
He's going to be level 1, which means he's going to be young. I would say no more
3?
than 10. Yeah.
Okay.
No more than 10.
Let's put him at like 7.
I don't remember exactly where does it if they mention their age.
Dog boy life cycle.
Yeah. It could be younger than that. So it could be like 3 or 4 or 5. I have to go back.
Let's just go with 4 for now.
Let's go with 4. Yeah. I like it.
4 years old and tough as goddamn nails.
Yep.
Magic, none. Average PPE, been expanded with the development of psychic abilities. The remaining PPE base is 3d6. Are you ready? Jesus, fuck. 12, 13, 14, 15.
15. Well, here's a note about PPE, dear listener. PPE stands for potential psychic energy, and largely it is only relevant to characters who are magicians because it fuels magical powers. However, it's important to note in case your character gets murdered to fuel a spell or you become food for a Psy Stalker because they eat that.
And they find it delicious.
Yeah.
That actually brings us to the end of running the OCC.
That was quicker than I thought it would be.
Yeah. Well, I've been doing this a lot, and so have you. So
Yeah.
This can be complicated. Don't get bogged down. Believe it or not, Palladium works on a step-by-step basis. It looks chaotic, but there is actually a method to the madness. So just run the steps, and you'll be fine. It's also important to get a good character sheet.
Yeah.
There's some in the back of most of the books. You can also go online and get some from their website. And if you're looking, you can browse around. Drive-Thru RPG has a bunch. There's a lot of sites that have just generic fan-made character sheets, and I highly recommend getting one.
And as a note to that, I have spent years collecting Palladium and Rift's character sheets in an archive of my own. If you want suggestions for a good sheet, chat us up on Discord and we'll share our links and just send them over to you, because some are obscure. Many were pulled from the late, great, and dearly missed RPGsheets.com website.
Yeah.
I downloaded as much as I could before that site vanished, and I've got lots.
You know, in a world of 5e and Pathfinder, we Palladium geeks have to stay together. So if we can help, just reach out. We're here for you, okay?
So I think that's it. I know that we kind of do things out of the printed order. Like we said, we're running the OCC, and it already shows alignment and stats in here as part of a later step. But it's always a good idea to get those things out of the way first, which is why we started with it.
And also, we always start with the character concept more than anything else.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's just the way we do it. Okay, well, thank you for tuning in, everyone. We'll see you on the next one.
See you next time.
You've been listening to The Glitterbois, a Palladium Books fan podcast. Glitterbois, Rifts, the Megaverse, and all other such topics are the property of Kevin Siembieda and Palladium Books. Please buy all their stuff and help keep them in print and making more games. You can order directly at palladiumbooks.com, and their entire catalog is available digitally at Drive-Thru RPG as well. Our opening music is 8-Bit Bass and Lead by Furby Guy from freesound.org. This closing music is Caravana by Philip Gross, available at freemusicarchive.org. All sound effects used are self-made or acquired via Creative Commons 0 license. If you like what you have heard, find us on Twitter and Facebook as The Glitterbois. That's BOIS. And check us out online at breakfastpuppies.com/glitterboys. And also join us on the Breakfast Puppies Network Discord at breakfastpuppies.com/discord. And if you want to help us out, please spread the word and help us build a community. Thanks again for listening. We'll catch you next time.